Man, if this season keeps going the way I think it'll go, we might as well call it the Potato King season, because he just keeps on winning. Seriously, when am I gonna get one? Anyway, Killua vs. Misaka is out, and yeah, it's pretty good. No surprise there. Once again, Potato King just doesn't lose at all. I'm convinced that this is just his world and we're all living in it. Anyway, let's not beat around the bush anymore and get straight into the episode, because I am terrible at intros. Starting off with the analysis, I'll be damned, I'm super invested. I really liked learning about these two and their stories. The editing was once again fantastic, DJ spoils us way too much, and I especially loved it when the trailer music for versus DDD played during Killua's analysis. I also really liked learning more about Nen and how it differs from the usual life energy shit like Ki. And I actually found the cutaway gag where Wiz was getting ready to teach the ins and outs of how Killua's Nen works, only for Boomstick to blurt out, "He makes lightning!" pretty funny. Honestly, Boomstick steals the show in this analysis. I like the moments when he dogs on Wiz and makes any word beginning with kill into a fucking Killua pun. It's very charming. And more jokes about Wiz's days at the Mad Scientist University are always welcome. I also love how heartfelt the ending is here. Misaka's analysis also got me invested, though I was distracted by the code hinting at Lucina vs. Grovile. But the Chainsaw Man joke didn't make me laugh, so 0 out of 10 analysis. But then I was immediately won back by the introduction of Toma and how he's the bane of every tsundere's existence. Never mind, 10 out of 10 analysis. Once again, I like Wiz going in depth of how all this extra stuff works, and how infatuated he is with Misaka's abilities because it's science. Only this time, Boomstick isn't there to cut him off because he's just as clueless as the audience is. So he just sits there looking like he's having a migraine. And Wiz's, come on, this is like my one thing, when Boomstick calls him a nerd is just hilarious. Man, I can't believe both cutaway gags actually managed to make me laugh. And once again, I like the ending, it's sweet. Also, Disney Lab Rats cameo? Lab Rats on Death Battle when? Anyway, moving on to the fight, and I immediately have to bitch. The sprites are pretty stiff and janky in a few places. Yeah, that's all the comments I have about the sprites, because outside of a couple instances of jank, they look amazing. I know Origin the PogChamp worked on this episode, but I'm not sure if he worked on both or just one of them, because I'm pretty sure Misaka's sprite is from a fighting game. And if it is, man, he did a really great job on Killua's sprite. They mesh really well together. I also like the visuals of this fight. Not only are the backgrounds as beautiful as ever, but so are the effects and the hand-drawn stuff. But more on that later. Misaka fires her railgun at Killua, but he manages to catch it, references his butler, and uses Rhythm Echo to try and disorient her. And while I do like Misaka using her head to catch out the real Killua, how exactly did she know how to do this? Like, she just met the dude and already she knows how one of his main moves works. I would like an explanation. Misaka whacks Killua up to a building top and has an inner monologue about how Killua is better up close and how she should keep her distance. Meanwhile, Killua has an inner monologue about how Misaka has stronger lightning and how he should get within punching range. I like this a lot. Both characters get to discern their opponent's strengths and play into their own. And they even end off their inner monologue with no problem, which I think is a pretty cool character moment. Killua then pulls a skateboard out of fucking nowhere while Misaka surfs on a piece of rubble infused with metal. I feel like I've seen this before. Anyway, this is a cool idea, and we even get to see Misaka try and attack from a distance, which is neat because she just spoke about keeping her distance. But then we get to this shot as the two morph into lightning bolts, which looks pretty janky. Also, Killua pulled his board out of fucking nowhere. Like, at least show him holding onto the board at the beginning, because him just pulling it out of hammer space is weird as fuck. Misaka then creates a mini tornado out of her iron sand, and Killua escapes with his yo-yo. He then tries to trap Misaka, but she dodges and he gets himself trapped. And I like how Misaka uses Killua's metal yo-yo to get Killua into a position where she could finish him off with a railgun attack. Again, showing how smart she is. But she didn't account for Godspeed. No, not the DC character. Killua then picks her up and yeets her away from him, and the two get into a fight on the side of a building. Man, talk about deja vu. I swear we've done this song and dance before. Misaka pulls out her sword as Killua rushes towards her, and immediately we see why Misaka should have kept her distance, because she gets wrecked hard by Killua as he is far better at close quarters. Kinda dumb of Misaka to try and fight him head on when she previously established that Killua is better at CQC. The two rush at each other and Misaka gets decked in the face, which I think is a hilarious shot, sending her flying away. But Misaka immediately claps back with her Iron Sand Kaiju, which just looks so beautiful. The build-up of having all the buildings flicker as its giant hand lands on a roof of one of the nearby buildings is so awesome, and the lighting really helps it stand out. It then does its own railgun attack, but Killua dodges it and uses his head to discern the fact that it's being held together by electromagnetism. That is a really cool moment for him. And it's done in this godlike establishing shot before Killua summons his giant snake. Like, look at this. This is the season 10 shot of this episode. Killua destroys the Iron Sand Giant and immediately goes for Misaka's heart as she falls. And the black and white shot before we cut back is so cool. I don't know if it's a Hunter x Hunter thing or a choice the team went with, but either way, it's cool, and I love it. And I fucking adore the transition from Killua to the coin Misaka fires at ending the fight. I don't know much about her series, but even I know that this is something directly from that show. And the death is pretty brutal as well, with Killua getting blown into multiple pieces. But Misaka laughing after she just killed the dude is kind of weird. Like, I get you got your frog thing back, but like, damn. Have a heart. And it ends off with Wiz gushing about the killing blow because it's science. That is so adorable, I love it. Another thing I like is the post-analysis. I think it's pretty good. I like how they bring up the fact that despite how powerful these two are in their series, strength and attack potency wasn't really a deciding factor since both have beaten foes stronger than them with their strategies instead of their strengths. It's honestly really cool to see a fight not rely entirely on basic stats like strength and speed. But yeah, that was basically Miles vs. Static 2. Think about it. They both have electrical powers, Killua uses a string-based weapon and was physically superior to his opponent, while Misaka focused more on her electromagnetism powers. Hell, she's basically an anime girl version of Static! Okay, let me just take a chill pill for a second and talk about the other aspects. The track is really good. Appy Zappy Boom Boom has a lot of electrical guitar riffs, and I love it. Werewolf went so hard with this track. Oh wait, you guys don't know this track? Fine, I guess I'll use the actual title. Change X of X Heart has a lot of electrical guitar riffs, and I love it. Werewolf just went so hard with this track. And just like that, I've made everyone mad at me. The voice acting was also stellar as well. Giselle Fernandez does great as Killua. I think they really nailed his personality. And Finty Kelly sounded great as Misaka. I also think she nailed Misaka's personality pretty well. Although in my opinion, there weren't really any standout lines, so... But the voice acting was good, and I liked it. But yeah, that was Killua vs. Misaka. An episode I was pleasantly surprised with. It does have a few issues, namely continuity issues with the fucking board, but overall, I enjoyed it. I'd definitely give it an 8 out of 10. As for the next time, yeah baby, that's what I'm waiting for. I fucking adore both Lilo and Stitch as well as the Guardians films, so I am fucking down for Stitch versus Rocket Raccoon. Although, I'm pretty sad that one of them is gonna die, because I love both of them so much. But I gotta be honest, I'm rooting for Stitch all the way. There's just no way I can't. Also, this was an episode that was successfully predicted by Lucariboi, and one we're both really excited about. So this counts as a W for both of us, and ends the winning streak of the Potato King. Suck it, bro. Just kidding, love you, dude. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my review of Killua vs. Misaka, and if you did, why not drop a like on this video? And subscribe while you're at it. Comment down below your thoughts on this episode if you want to, and don't forget to check out Lucariboi's review, as well as our reaction to the episode in the description below. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Alright, outro done. With that in mind, I will see you all for my next video. Bye-bye!